Good morning, everyone. It is retired Major Brenda Sanchez coming to you live from Colorado Springs, Colorado. For those of you who don't know me, I am a 27-year Air Force veteran, and my husband and I are the best-selling authors of a book called Life's Real Currency. And I come to you every single Monday morning and share interviews with amazing entrepreneurs here in Colorado Springs sometimes, and I'm trying to figure out how to do it around the world. But I share their stories, and they are all either veterans, spouses of veterans, dependents of veterans, or I share knowledge about the military so that the civilian community can be educated, or some of you that are in the military have only ever served on active duty. And I've served on active duty and in the reserves and been the spouse of a veteran. And technically, I've been the dependent because my father was Air National Guard. So I've served on all sides of the military. And today I have the honor of having with me Debbie Mauro. Debbie Mauro is the child of a veteran, and she is an entrepreneur extraordinaire. That's all I can say. She is a master networker here in Colorado Springs. Her primary business, well, I don't even know that I want to say your primary business, but how I met Debbie is out networking and doing Closet Factory and blinds, but she does so much more than that. So I wanted to have her on today so that you could all get to meet her and get to know her, because she just has so many connections. So with that, Debbie, as the child of a veteran, the dependent of a veteran, do you think that that helped you to be more successful as a business owner? Because obviously you've got your hands in lots of different pies, and you truly know how to be a business owner. So tell me a little bit about your experience being the dependent and how maybe that's helped you in business.
Sure. So my dad was Air Force, and we moved around a lot. It was back in the days where you moved every 2 years, whether you wanted to or not. And I actually went in 13 years of school, from kindergarten to graduating high school. I went to 12 different schools.
Wow.
So yeah, and actually a couple of them I stayed at for, or at least one I stayed at for 3 years. So you can see that there was, I know I went to a school in Virginia, 7th grade, for 2 weeks. So
2 weeks.
yeah, the school year started, I had to start school. We were 2 weeks in and PCS'd. So
wow.
Yeah. So what that has really done for me is it has given me the ability to make friends rather quickly. You know, I can talk to pretty much anyone in any situation. And what I got really good at was immersing myself in the dialect, if you will, of the areas that I lived in. So we lived in Duluth, Minnesota for 3 years, and Duluth, Minnesota. Did you get that? You know, I can talk like I'm from up there, but I'm from Virginia. We spent a few years in Virginia and Mississippi, so I can also talk with the best of Southern accent, and I can really give you some fives and nines. So yeah, and I really think that helps. We talk a lot in business about it's really easy to do business with people you like and who are like you. So you know, mirroring is I think a great benefit that I learned from moving so much.
Mm-hmm. So other than mirroring in that, do you think moving so much made you maybe more resilient and more open to change and flexibility, I guess, is is what I would say.
Yeah, I guess I can most compare that to being cat-like. You know, you gotta land on all fours when you move. You just gotta, get into it. And so certainly, yes, definitely more resilient.
And some people move a lot and they're in the military and they may be the spouse of a veteran or they may be the child, but they don't get that resilience. They resist it. But what I noticed about you is no matter what situation we're in, when we're out networking, whether it's with real estate agents, whether it's with mortgage people, whether it's out with network marketing folks, whether it's with military folks, you tend to you're like a chameleon, you fit in, or what, is that the right word, chameleon? I don't know.
Well, it's always easy to find something to talk about. You just find something in common and make friends.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about your businesses. We'll start with the Closet Factory and the blinds, only because there are lots of people out there that need to organize their closets, and they may be moving, especially the military. They're moving into a new place, or they're moving out and they want to take their blinds with them, but they need something to replace them in order to sell the house. So tell us a little bit about that and how long you've been doing those things, because it's been, what, 30 years? I don't know, a long time. This lady is this lady is an expert when it comes to that.
Yeah, so I started selling window coverings in 1994. So
Wow.
That is closing on 30 years, 25 at least. And I've been working with Closet Factory for about 8 years now. And so those two things really tie in very well. They go hand in hand. When you buy a new house, especially if it's new construction, there are no window coverings. And so we need to stop you from living in a fishbowl. Right? Yeah. And then a lot of times the builders only put in those wire racks that
Those terrible, ugly.
Yeah.
The ones that fall, they don't even stand up to weight very well.
And I love them for a couple of reasons. One, I love them because everyone hates them and wants to replace them. So, that's a great benefit to me. But secondly, I love them because when we remove them, when we take them down, they actually cause the least amount of mess or scarring on the walls. Yeah.
I never thought of that.
Yeah. So because, there's just a couple of screw holes that we need to patch. Yep. So they're really easy to take out, and we can get busy putting the closet in right away. So the other thing to know about Closet Factory is we are not just closets. Everyone thinks of our name as closets, but I just posted some pictures on Facebook last week or the week before of an amazing basement remodel that we did with it was Michelle Farkas, the realtor that
It's amazing.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I was really scared when she showed me the paint color, but it works amazing. She has a great eye for how those things fit together. We did a wet bar, a wine bar, and an entertainment center down there in the basement for her, and it came out beautiful. So check out my Facebook page for those pictures. So
yeah, and you'll post that maybe in the comments below. And I've tagged Debbie in the video, but she's going to put some other things, some links to her Closet Factory link and things like that, so that you can see some things she's done. She'll post some pictures.
Yeah, certainly.
So closets and blinds, but you also are a network marketer extraordinaire also. And I know that your passion is hemp or CBD, and I believe health and wellness, right?
Certainly.
And so tell us a little bit about those two things, and maybe educate, because especially with our military audience, so many people are afraid of CBD and hemp because of security clearances, because of popping hot, you know, they might have gotten out, but they still are in the government space, and they're very concerned about that. So you've educated me. So educate the audience on exactly what CBD is and how it's helped you. I know you can't make health claims in that,
Right.
but educate the audience a little bit.
Okay, so CBD comes from the hemp plant. Hemp and marijuana are not the same plant. They are both strains of cannabis. However, the hemp plant is really high in CBD and low in THC, and the marijuana plant is exactly the opposite. So that's why people smoke marijuana or eat marijuana so that they can get high. CBD, because it's so low in THC, it is legally, you can have 0.3% of THC in CBD since the Farm Bill passed in December. The company that I work with has 0 THC in it. So we remove all and only the THC. So there are 483 other components in the hemp plant that are all beneficial to our body. We actually naturally have an endocannabinoid system in our body that was only discovered in the 90s, supposedly. I still think that Big Pharma has, pushed that down for a while. But anyhow, the CBD is used in our body, and we have a lot of different forms of it. We have drops that you take sublingually, and that gets it into your bloodstream the quickest. And so that is really for overall health. And I can tell you, after just a few months of using it, I have a major difference in my knees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I've always had, always for the last 15 years or so, had some issues with my knees. They kind of grind as I bend them, go up and down stairs. Yeah, but it used to be that one flight of stairs was it was the max. I was in pain, and that's all but gone away.
Nice.
Yeah. So we've done a few events where climbing the stairs in and out hasn't been a problem at all. So,
nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So we have our drops. We have a pain cream that goes on topically, so you can get the benefit right to where it hurts, whether it's your hands with arthritis, your knees. For me, I love that pain cream on my shoulders because I get tension headaches, and just by putting it on my shoulders, it completely relieves that tension. And I would say within 5-10 minutes max, any sign of the headache is gone, and my shoulders have just really calmed down. It's not that clenching feeling. So
cool. And I think you mentioned, and we put it up above, that you're going to do a drawing for a free pain cream.
I am.
The full size.
Sure.
Oh wow. You guys need to check it out. So in comment below, but the other thing is I'm sure that if you private message Debbie and give her your email, she'd be glad to send you some more information, some tips or some education, or a link to a website on the CBD, because there's so much to learn and to be educated on. Mike and I have just been kind of starting to get educated on it, because it was, that's marijuana, because as you know, my husband is a criminal investigator, and I served 27 years in the Air Force and had one of the highest security clearances. So it's kind of scared us, CBD and hemp and marijuana. And so, Debbie's educated us. A few other friends have started to educate us, and there's just so much information out there that I'm sure she'd be glad to put you on a mailing list or send you information if you private message her.
Certainly.
So CBD, and then health and wellness.
Yeah.
Because you've been losing weight.
I have. So I am working also with a nutrition company, and they have one of my favorite products. Well, I have It's hard to say favorite because I have so many that I love.
Well, let's talk about the sleep, because you said that's really what got you hooked, right?
It was definitely. So for a really long time now, I have taken nighttime naps. It's always been a joke with my friends. You know, send me a message and you may not be able to talk to me at 8 o'clock, but 10 or 11 when I wake up from my first nap,
Or 2 a.m.
or 2 a.m. when I wake up from my second nap, I will message you back. So the sweet dreams that we have, which is amazing. It's a powder that comes in a sachet. You can mix it hot or cold. I love mine hot. It tastes like a lemon drop. And it's like having a little hot toddy before you go to bed. So I crawl into bed with my cup of sweet dreams, and you know, before you know it, I'm scooching down under the covers, yeah, and I'm asleep. Now, this may be a little bit TMI, but I have a really small bladder, and so I do get up. I know. Well, there's no better way to say it. Excuse me. I get up a few times during the middle of the night to go to the bathroom, and usually when that happens, I would come back and I couldn't go back to sleep. That's when I would be awake. But now I actually can lay back down and go back to sleep. It just kind of turns off your brain because, as you can see, with as many different things as I do, my brain is going 90 miles.
You don't do anything. You're just so boring, Debbie.
Yeah, so my brain goes 90 miles a minute, and just the fact that I can turn it off at night and get some good quality sleep has made a huge difference in my life. On top of the fact that we have liquid vitamins that, you know, absorb so much better than, you know, a pill or whatever you could take over the counter. 98% absorption rate as opposed to 2 to 20 or something like that.
Wow.
We have protein shakes, we have energy drinks. Not that I need energy drinks, but I do love them.
Debbie doesn't need energy. She's always going.
But yeah, so we have some great products there too. So if you would like more information about any of those things that I mentioned, please comment below and I'd be happy to reach out to you.
Yeah, and I'll probably have to have Debbie back another time, because Debbie, there's so much to learn about Debbie, but I wanted to bring her on and introduce her to all of you and vice versa. And so if you want some more information, please reach out to Debbie via private message. Also, be sure to comment below so that you can get entered in the drawing that she's doing. And just reach out to her and build relationships with her, and I'm sure your network will grow, whether you're in business or not. Debbie, you know, people say to me that I'm well networked in this town. Debbie is definitely well networked in this town. So if I don't know somebody in this town, she will. So reach out to one of us and we'd be glad to connect you. And next Monday is Memorial Day.
Yeah.
So we will be celebrating Memorial Day on Military Mondays and talking a little bit about the history of Memorial Day. And I will see you all next Monday on Military Mondays. Thanks so much for joining us today, Debbie. And
well, thank you for having me, and Brenda, thank you for your service.
oh, thank you. Just thank you. That's the best I can say. So join us next Monday on Military Mondays, and have an absolutely fabulous week, everyone. Bye.
Bye.